Part 5. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 41. Raiders Business. Is it because more forces are coming in again? Or are you ready to recruit a large number of loose people? The crowd was a little surprised. But I thought of what the UN Master said just now, the speed of the Secret Realm strategy is too slow. There's no way around it, 2 planets that are so big, and each planet has billions of zombie monsters. In other words, who wouldn't want to occupy more planets? The resources on it can be very eye-catching. It seems that after this meeting, it is time to step up the pace of strategy. In particular, the 2-star secret realm is opened. Among them, not to mention the extraordinary high level, there are even human immortals or earth immortals. When a strong person appears, it is a little difficult to say whether he can beat it or not. The leaders of each side glanced at each other, and they all saw each other's urgent thoughts. The most indifferent may be the 2 little ones of Konoha, as well as Zhang Sanfan, Nameless and Sword Saint. Wielding 7 heroes, or 9 pillars, or the disciples of the world society, these 3 parties want to become stronger the most. Especially the 9 pillars of Demon Slayer. These days I really want to clean up the ghost dance Tsuji no Miserable, but I was stopped by its lord. He didn't want to lose any of the pillars, so he wanted to be able to kill with 1 blow and not miss a single wind. Then let's make the 9 pillars stronger. When the time comes, we will get special lights for Kyushu. He promises that not a single demon will be left behind. Knowing what everyone was thinking, the Era smiled in his heart, and then continued. First, I'm going to increase the speed at which casual raiders are invited. Second, in the near future, I will invite 1 or 3 more kingdom forces to enter the origin space. It's my business, you know. The Epic didn't say much about this. After all, there are too many copies in my hand, and the zombie world has been pressed a lot. If you don't ask people to brush it off, the zombies will be moldy. There are a lot of 1-star copies in my hand now, even 2-star and 3-star ones. But considering that their strength is too weak, the Epic did not put more copies. Let's put a few Xiangxia copies out, like the ancients like Dakin. Playing magic, it is indeed not as easy as playing immortal cultivation. Gun thought secretly. By the way, here in Kyushu, you don't think about it, and in the future, you will only let the soldiers brush up the copy, then how many people there are? Kyushu asked when he saw Ji-Yuan. Fortunately, the elders had certainly discussed this matter, and the great elder stood up and hurriedly said, UN Lord, Kyushu should have to wait until there is no real pressure at all, and then consider letting some people practice from the low-level zombie secret realm. That's it? Ino got up and walked back and forth 2 steps, then said. Well, I'll give you away, and you'll think about it? You say. Do you know about the 4th calamity? The great elder was stunned, he really didn't know what it was. But behind him, Liang Rong hurriedly explained a few words in a whisper. I see, you say, Master. I can add a function to your Kyushu strategy contract. This function allows you to get the ability to log into the secret realm of Kyushu's strategy contract. As an experiment, I'm giving you a solitary zombie realm as a venue. You can use that venue as a playground, and then let the people log in and conduct secret realm raids. However, as for how many points will be given for killing zombies, what items will be dropped, and how you will divide them, you have to make your own rules. End of meeting. Everyone walked out of the conference hall and moved to the banquet hall. There is no limit to the number of people here. The people of Dakin and Kyushu can bring their families here. Naturally, it is extremely lively. A few elders, you Kyushu are not as good as my great Chin, so you can indeed consider the law of the UN Lord. After all, there are so many people, it is a waste to let them go, and if it drags on for a while, there will be forces to join. It's better to let the people get in touch with the heavens and the transcendent worlds earlier. Yang Zheng's words also made several elders think more. Wait until the banquet is over. The elders of Kyushu, as well as the high-level leaders of Kyushu's dungeon strategy, were all called together. Liang Rong, how about you talk about the method that the UN master said? Everyone, let's discuss. The elders talk about the topic introduction, and let the people discuss it first. I think it's feasible. We will definitely step into the heavens and all the worlds, and when the time comes, there will be more powerful monsters. Also, we need not only a strong individual, but also a strong people. That's right, look at Dakin, they can be said to be all soldiers now. If they have our technology again, how strong will they become? Yes, they also have a lot of high-end combat power. We are almost completely behind them, except for technology, and they continue to improve. Even in terms of education and technology, they are starting to make slow progress. I think the UN Master's method is feasible, and this is also what the UN Master is thinking about us. That's right, there will be other forces joining soon, and we in Kyushu, no matter what, we can't walk so slowly. Several elders glanced at each other, and it seemed that everyone had this idea in their minds. In that case, let's do it. It's not a thing to cringe, and the owner has helped, and I'm afraid of a fart. The entire top brass in Kyushu decided on this. Of course, it was done quickly. It's not a hassle, and you don't really need to make a game. All you need to do is take advantage of the new features of the strategy contract and access to the network. And, as long as the people who come into contact with this game, even if he is a banana man, he is not afraid. After all, there is a contract that binds it. However, Kyushu still decided that this function was only available in Kyushu, and only Kyushu people could use it. And today, that's the day the game begins. A game called Zombie Siege Secret Realm suddenly logged onto major websites in Kyushu. Even the official website of Kyushu is advertised. It has attracted the attention of many people. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 42. PC and mobile phone are interoperable. But only indoors. What the hell, you can only play indoors, and you can't play in internet cafes. When you play, can you still know if I'm indoors or outdoors? Chen Feng walked into the house, rubbed his shoulders, and complained about the zombie games that were full of advertisements in recent days. Anyway, the game is going to start the open beta at 8 o'clock tonight. Anyway, I'm idle and bored, download it and try it. After dinner, as a social animal who lives alone, he doesn't like to go out. Of course, it's just watching dramas and playing games. Looking at the time, it was almost 8 o'clock. Chen Feng lay on the sofa, took out his mobile phone, and clicked on the zombie game. When you enter the interface, you need to brush your face as soon as possible. I still have to brush my face, and it's really an official game, and the anti-addiction system started from the beginning. Chen Feng complained. But the next interesting thing is that you don't need to log in to your account, and you don't need to pinch your face to choose a professional role. A screen confirms entering the game. Chen Feng only frowned, and the secret road is that of the domestic game. But when he pressed the confirmation button, a blinding light lit up on the screen, making his eyes narrow. The next moment, Chen Feng only felt tight, as if he had been stuffed into a small gap. When the uncomfortable feeling is gone. When he opened his eyes again, the scene in front of him shocked him. What the hell, I crossed over. Not only him, but thousands of people in the entire square are in a state of confusion. And from the top of each of their heads, they all have their own names. Chen Feng looked at the light curtain in front of him. Kyushu Demon Capital, Chen Feng. Grade, none. Mission, receive equipment, Kill 10 zombies in the demon capital, and obtain flesh-active gene injection potion. Silence. A deep voice sounded on the high platform at the front of the square. Everyone looked up, and it was a chief who displayed Kyushu demon capital instructor above his head. Don't ask, don't say much, just follow the task. Here, you can get everything you want, including real money and honor. Here, there is a parallel world, and under your feet is the magic capital of the parallel world, which corresponds to your real location. As long as you kill zombies, you can get genetic potions, martial arts and internal strength, and extraordinary props and magic. After being surrounded by a circle of heavily armed warriors, after listening to the instructor's words, only then did everyone come to their senses. These people are both men and women, but 90% are men. These people have all read novels. Of course you know what that means. And, one after another, people continued to appear in the square. It seems that there are still people logging into the game in reality. Those who had already listened to it quickly shouted 5 and 6 to the group, and the group ran outside together and began to brush the zombies. The same is true for Chen Feng. Pick up your gear. There were no firearms. According to the message, the firearm can only be picked up after completing the first mission. Chen Feng, carrying a long sharp knife, he walked into the ruins outside. Suddenly, a voice rang out. Manager Fang. Chen Feng was taken aback. This person who called himself was his top boss. It's the company's beautiful manager, Fang Fang. I didn't expect the manager to play games after work. Chen Feng, let's team up to farm zombies. Chen Feng is indispensable, but this is not a game, it is to kill zombies in real time. Can you do it? Chen Feng complained secretly and didn't say anything. But the next scene made Chen Feng's jaw drop. This beautiful manager kills zombies, one by one, extremely sharp. It's like himself, timid, for fear of being hurt by monsters. Until an hour later, Chen Feng covered his stomach and almost vomited out his bitter gall, so he returned to the square with the majestic beauty manager. Kyushu Raider headquarters. Liang Rong shook her head in the light curtain, looking at the performance of hundreds of thousands of people all over Kyushu. But there was a little joy in his eyes. I almost forgot, our Kyushu has been peaceful for a long time, and most people are afraid that they haven't even killed a chicken or duck. Unlike Dakin, those people have all seen troubled times, killing zombies or something, and they are really not afraid. Lang Feng looked disgusted. You have to train these people well. This game's secret is a good training place. Liang Rong patted Lang Feng's shoulder and signaled him not to be too eager. But there are still some seedlings. Look at this demon capital, the woman named Fang Fang, killing monsters, and Lisuo, it turns out that she has been in the army before. There is also this Kyoto area. Besides, in the end, it's up to the warriors to dominate everything. And your elite team of warriors. Lang Feng nodded, and then said with a smile. Our elite warrior team now has an extraordinary fourth-order warrior. Although we can't compare with other forces, we still have technological advantages. Of course, Liang Rong also knew that the transcendent level was not so easy to upgrade. I didn't see Zhang Sanfan, Dong Huang Tai, Sword Saint, nameless them, for advancement, it was all one step at a time. It is not just for the sake of promotion, but also to cause the foundation to be unstable. However, they were all now transcendent to the 8th order, or even the 9th order. It's not far from that person's immortal realm. By the way, this Lingyun Cave dungeon, have you gone to the elite warrior team? Liang Rong thought of a real-time dynamic copy that Xianba opened today. I went, the harvest there was quite good, a fire unicorn, a few divine weapons, exercises, and blood bodhi that can increase strength. Blood bodhi. Liang Rong was stunned. Yes, that thing is going to be planted with the blood of the fire Kylin. the UN Lord didn't want the fire unicorn. So, Xianba is working with our agriculture department to discuss improving the cultivation of blood bodi. I'm also working with bioengineering to study how to breed the fire unicorn. Liang Rong pouted when she heard this. She didn't expect them to be engaged in unicorn breeding research. By the way, there's an item in the dark realm today. Langfang said suddenly. What item? Langfang smiled, opened the light curtain, and let Liang Rong look. Dark Secret Realm Barbarian Career Transfer Skill Book, First Series. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 43. Occupation. Barbarian profession. This is the first time this thing has been dropped in the days since countless teams have been brushing the darkness. Follow the information description. The Barbarian class skill tree can be obtained. And the Barbarian class, which has 3 skill trees. However, you can only choose one of them to choose to study. After learning, you want to master the skills on the skill tree. You need to consume an item called Rune Word to learn this. But so far, no one has seen this thing. Some people speculate that this rune may only fall when the projection of the final monster Demon King Andariel falls. But the Eastern Emperor Tai and the others, for Andariel, have not fought several times. Although Andariel is not an ontology, it is just a projection. But as the projection of the Demon King, it is not so easy to eliminate. A powerful poisonous attack, just by touching it, you will be infected with a high poison. And the place where Andariel is located, full of hellish flames, is extremely dangerous. It's a pity that the store doesn't have an antidote to sell. And the special potion of the antidote drops very little. Antidotes on the market are very expensive. A few thousand points for a bottle. Dong Huang Tai and them, as a wasteland development team, have been buying this medicine now. It's not just his team. There are several teams, also competing. For example, the Xianhe's Tianxia Society, the respective teams of the 100 Schools, the Great Qin Imperial Court, the Wudang 7 Heroes, the 9 Pillars, of Ghost Slayer and so on, are all vying for the honor of the first pass team in the first act of the Dark Secret Realm. This will be recorded in the original source, in the secret realm of the Dark Dungeon. It can be passed down to the heavens and an honor that future generations can see. The era is naturally happy to see this kind of competition. After observing the sweat of the raiders for a while, Epic looked at the dungeon information. Let's continue to supplement the martial arts cheats. This movie version of Tianlong Babu is not bad. The martial arts in it are simply immortal cultivation, you can teleport, you can be reborn, and you can fly around. And then there are these copies, which need to be pondered a little more. Epic looked at the few copies of the ghosts and thought for a moment. For example, this a Chinese ghost story, painted skin, painted wall, and Uncle Nine's zombie collection movie. These are all 2-star dungeons. In other words, among them, perhaps many of them are not worth much. But its world nature is very high. But what the Epic considers, is not these copies. It's the legendary underworld, with the 6 realms of reincarnation. These raiders still have concerns in the dungeon, such as death. When the time comes, make a 6-way reincarnation, so that they can be resurrected when they die, and continue to work for me. Ahem, continue to strengthen yourself, go to the pinnacle of life, and marry Bai Fume. Wouldn't it be the best of both worlds? I'm not a devil after all. After thinking about the copy for a while, the Epic looks at his properties panel. To be honest, it's too messy. On that practice, there is all sorts of messy things. What iron cloth shirts, golden bell jars, or what 5 tiger broken door knives, Zixia divine skills, Zhuyang divine skills, Kinkan Great Shift, and so on. Qinshi, Zioao, Yishan, Fenjiun and other exercises can be said to have been fully learned. There are also various skills. Darkness. I also learned their perception of entering the Tower of Origin and the exercises of deduction. It's too complicated. It's a pity that there are a lot of things like 7, 7, 8, and 8, and the lily sound that is as strong as the heavenly realm has been rewarded. There are also all kinds of black technology props. But there are no overspec cheats for exercises and other kinds of cheats. It's annoying. The epoch has been struggling these days. In the end, it is to rely on all the knowledge that you have acquired today to deduce the exercises. Or after obtaining a super standard exercise, you should consider learning and continuing to deduce and strengthen. Looking at the properties panel, I was really a little upset. Fortunately, there is also an intimate lily sound, which seems to feel the heart of the era. Lord. With a low snort in his mouth, he walked on his short legs and ran to Neat Gun's shoulders and massaged them. Seeing this, the restlessness in his heart instantly dissipated. Just call me brother. Urian didn't answer either, and continued to massage Gun. Seeing this, the nine tails on the side wanted to climb into the arms of their long-lost master. But as soon as his mind moved, he seemed to be stared at by two eyes, and if he dared to move, he was afraid that he would not be able to eat and walked away. But after the urity calmed down in his heart, Gun felt his own inadequacy. The cultivation is growing rapidly, but the state of mind is like that of a mortal. This is their own inadequacy. We need to face it up. Wait for one more copy, and it's just this movie version of Tianlong Babu. If there is no reward exercise, it will be deduced by itself. It just so happens that the martial arts knowledge here is also extraordinary. Epoch made a decision on his own. The mood also returned to normal. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 44. Dark Realm. Ladies and gentlemen, we must win this first act first pass today. Dong Huangtai said in a loud voice as he began to distribute potions and equipment. First, the adjustment of the equipment uses the spirit gold, which has highly toxic attributes. After forging into armor equipment, you can gain powerful poison resistance. Second, the equipment of antidotes. No one is full of belts, but unfortunately there is no space equipment now. Haha, I will definitely be able to clear the level this time. After all, Miss Xiaomeng has brushed the prayer skill that can be used for healing. Zhang Sanfan said with a smile. There is Xiaomen's prayer for treatment, and this time you can even bring less potions and put more antidotes. Not only that, but I heard that Mr. Gainai, with the nameless and sword saints of my world association, as well as hundreds of sword masters from all walks of life, competed for the skill book of dominating the long sword. Xianba also said on the side. This skill book has raised Gainai's swordsmanship to an unbelievable level. The five of them were in the camp and had everything ready. And the live broadcast was turned on. The name of the live broadcast is called the Demon King Andariel Xiaotong Live Broadcast Room. Attracted a large number of raiders. Those who were even still conducting the raid also returned to the camp or found a safe place to look at the live broadcast room. Dong Huangtai, they are well equipped and have enough potions, so they should be able to clear the customs easily this time. Not necessarily. Andariel, as a demon king, uses the hellfire underground, and his own poison. It is easy to force everyone to retreat. Scatter the dead, come and see Andariel. Humph. The screen in the live broadcast room flashed. The Eastern Emperor 5 came to the monastery and went deep underground. Finally came to Andariel again. Reality is not a game. There may be one person in the game, and you can go head to head casually. But the reality is a burning hellfire, and inside it is the endless wailing of the undead. If you touch it, you can feel your soul being burned. The suppression of the breath of hell is especially evident here. The demon king Andariel sat upright, exuding a chaotic and evil aura. Mortals with weak wills will fall into madness at the first glance. And this is just a projection of one of the demon kings of hell. Around the Andariel projection. And dozens of monsters. All of them are elites and have great power. But apparently the Eastern Emperor 5 have been here many times. They are incredibly skilled in working together. The first thing is to clean up elite demons and undead creatures. A giant spider that shoots highly venomous spider silk. Vampires are incredibly fast, unleashing swarms of bats to bite. There are also blood eagles, skeleton mages, polluted monsters, but they were all quickly cleaned up by the 5. At this time, the projection of Andariel will leave the throne and start a war with everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick victory, especially after Andariel is injured, will summon monsters, and when the time comes, we will not be able to use it. Captain Dong Huang reminded everyone. Suddenly there was a bang. Andariel spat out a poisonous mist that filled the hall. But this time, there has already been a response to the poison. Drink the antidote to relieve yourself of the poison. At the same time, within 15 seconds of the potion's effect, it can also increase elemental resistance, including high poison. Boom. Boom. Tai Chi, Yin and Yang, Nature, Sword Chi. A rush of brains poured out on Andariel. It's a weapon made of spirit gold and enchanted with gems. It's powerful. Andariel was covered in wounds in an instant. But at the same time, around Andariel, hundreds of poisonous begging were condensed to repel everyone. The powerful impact and poison made everyone dizzy and weak in an instant. Pray. Pray. Several prayers sounded beside him in a row, and it was Xiaomeng who was releasing his skills and healing. At the same time, they immediately drank the healing potion, the antidote, and the mana potion. Suddenly, it seemed to be back to its heyday. Kill. The first pass is ours. Bang. Andariel wants to summon demons, fend off the raiders, and then recover. But how could the multitude, who were still in their prime, give him a chance? Kill Andariel. Report of the Raiders of the All Heavens Dimension. Raiders Dong Huang Tai, Xianba, Gai Nai, Zhang Sanfan, Xiaomeng, the first multi-dimensional copy of the first scene of the Dark Secret Realm. Random runes within 10 rewards 5, random perfect gems 10, random attribute spiritual gold 20, random class 1 skill book 1, points * 10,000. All missions, kill Andariel 100,000 times and open the second act of the Dark Secret Realm -1/1000000. And in addition to the first pass bonus. After Andariel's death, it also exploded. A dark golden light filled the entire live broadcast room. Everyone knows that something good has exploded. I'll go, there are so many rewards for the first pass, and it's exploded, I'm really envious and jealous. Look at the spirit gold, there are a bunch of explosions, 2 skill books have exploded, and there is also 1 career scroll. Look at the stone that shimmers mysteriously, it's a rune. There was a lot of discussion in the live broadcast room. Dong Huang Tai and the others laughed and picked up the items and teleported back to the camp. So this rune has other uses. Zhang Sanfan picked up a rune and sighed. At this time, everyone knew that the runes were divided into dozens of types and models. The higher the model, the higher the level, and the stronger the rune power contained. People who have acquired a profession can rely on runes, do not need skill books, and can also learn skills. Runes also have the effect of upgrading and strengthening skills. And the most important thing, it's a combination of different rune models, and you can get something called rune language. This can be used to enhance equipment crafted from spirit. Gain great power. Moreover, runes can also be used for cultivation, to comprehend the power of runes, and to comprehend the laws of heaven and earth. For a time, runes were also sought after by all the strong. Strategy for the All Heavens dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 45. Origin Sacred Mountain. Ding. Congratulations on clearing the first act of the Dark Realm. Reward 1, Sagittarius Golden Holy Clothes, from the Saint Cecilia world. Reward 2, Shadowless Sword Eleanor, from the Arad Warrior world. Ding. Congratulations on completing the 1-star All Difficulty Secret Realm Challenge. Reward 1, the first level of Truth Immortal Heavenly Power, from the Immortal World. Reward 2, 10 Fierce Thunder Emperor Treasure Techniques of the Ancient World, from the Perfect Ancient World. Reward 3, Heavenly Divine Fist, from the Holy Emperor World. Extra Reward, 1-star Secret Realm of All Difficulty Dungeons, open at the lowest speed of *100 per day, including Manifest, Latitude, and Daily. Note, the speed at which the quest is opened varies depending on the host level. The rewards for clearing customs are also good things. Especially the Sagittarius Gold Holy Garment. But these things, of course, the Arad doesn't care so much. His attention was focused on the 1-star All-Access reward. Heavenly Divine Fist, from the Holy Emperor's World's Top Divine Power Divine Elephant Prison Strength, one of the methods. There are a total of 9 moves in the boxing method, each move is powerful, and every time you comprehend a move, you must cultivate it to be powerful, and its will is immortal, adhering to the supreme providence. 9 tricks are fully realized, and they are all used together, turning into the hand of God, which can break through eternity and reach the other side. Thunder Emperor Treasure Technique, it is the supreme meaning of the Thunder Deo, with a variety of loose hand skills, such as the 9 Heavens Tribulation Light, Thunder Punishment, Thunder Stars, Thunder Emperor Finger, etc., cultivating to the highest realm can be punished on behalf of the heavens. The first level of the Truth Immortal Heavenly Gong, it is divided into 9 layers, which uses the eternal and immortal ancient truth to cast the eternal and immortal body. Good. When the Arad saw this, he couldn't help but feel infinite joy in his heart. Originally, I wanted to wait until I finished brushing the heavenly dragon before I considered deducing my own fundamental path method. Now here are the 3 magic methods. It's okay to have a big consumption of points. However, this retreat may be a bit long, so you need to arrange the origin of the matter and then go on the retreat. Not much to arrange. The invitation letter of the 3-person raider, the epic put 10 at once. Then the search for the kingdom power also began. In terms of the arrangement of the dungeon, it can be handed over to the origin elves. If there is an enemy who is difficult to deal with, it will cause trouble. The lily sound of the heavenly realm is not for viewing. After all the arrangements have been made, the epic quickly began the retreat. This retreat will also be the beginning of my true spiritual path in the future. Dark Andariel mission is coming, 10,000 points are won, 3 are coming. The Fox Fairy Boy has opened a group, go and grab the position. Take me one, I've finally swiped enough 10,000 points, and when I'm done, I can do it. Naruto brings in the opening group to brush Andariel and complete the last mission of darkness. Of course, it's not him who leads people, it's mainly the tailed beast 9-tailed, a tailed beast cannon, and it's done. Simple and efficient. You know, you have cleared the last mission of darkness. Then, in the camp, an artifact called the Herdic block will appear. This thing has all sorts of effects. For example, when crafting, you can craft low-grade gems into high-grade gems. It is possible to synthesize a low-grade potion into a high-grade potion. The main thing. It's still on this artifact, the various synthesis formulas recorded. For example, the formula for the powerful rune language. As long as it is a weapon made of spiritual gold, it can make the language of enchanted runes. The spirit weapon directly turned into a human immortal level immortal weapon. It's just a pity that the drop of runes is too rare, except for the first pass. If you brush Andariel 10 times, you won't necessarily drop one. Moreover, the Dark Dungeon is a point-consuming dungeon, and it costs 10 points an hour. If you don't get out of spiritual gold or something in an hour, you can't score a few points just by relying on monsters. It can even be a loss. And now, there is also some strategy information about the order of farming dungeons. First, farm the Doomsday Secret Realm, farm zombies, and get points. Second, consume entry points and farm some daily dungeons that you want. It's best to have a copy of a similar level to yourself, otherwise the drop rate will be too low. Third, if you have enough points, you can go to the Dark Dungeon, play extraordinary materials, extraordinary skills, and so on. Fourth, the embodied copy, the restricted type is purely by grabbing, and it is easy to say if you grab it, but if you can't grab it, you can only watch it. The non-restrictive type is even better, and everyone rushes in to do it. Fifth, real-time dynamic copies of scattered people. That's too little these days. There are only 5 scattered people. In the dark camp, the 3 raiders left, leaving only Naruto and Sasuke behind. And the 9 llamas who ran outside the camp. It didn't dare to hold Naruto back now. When I first came here, I was young and ignorant, and I was a little frivolous. Found that he was not bound by the seal, and ran out directly to make trouble. As a result, the 9-tailed fox who didn't know where it came from, almost slapped himself to death. If it weren't for Naruto's intercession, he would have finished the game long ago. How good it is now. When you return to the ninja world, you can either sleep, or play games in the sealed space and watch dramas. When you come to the origin space, you can move around, fight monsters or something, and it's cool. Scatter the death, the middle ninja exam is about to start, and the 3 generations of grandfathers won't really die, right? Obviously, they already have a dynamic copy of the middle ninja exam. And I also saw the original fate happening in it. For example, 3 generations died, and Sasuke was cursed by Orochimaru, and these. Sasuke said casually, as tsundere as ever. But overall, the relationship with Naruto was still much better. I have to say Brush the copy has a fox belt, it's really cool. Even his own writing will I has grown faster. The double-eyed double-hook jade writing will I, in the original Fate, was opened during the middle ninja exam. However, in this mid-ninja exam, it is still whether to start the team or not. Moreover, in the original Fate, in order to gain stronger power, he agreed to Orochimaru's invitation and was planted with a curse mark. Surely there will be no such thought now. Moreover, these days, he and Naruto often disappear together, and also attract the attention of the village. The man who hid in the shadows thought he couldn't see. But why would the village spy on Naruto? Sasuke looked at Naruto, who was checking the harvest with a playful face. Maybe Naruto has other secrets he doesn't know. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 46. The commercial area on the west side of the original space. What kind of attribute is your piece of spiritual gold? Fire attribute, don't sell points, only exchange for poisonous attribute spirit gold, or gems. Cut, you still want to change gems, you're crazy. It's none of your business. If you don't want to give up the gems, you will exchange it for poisonous spirit gold. The commercial area is very spacious, with hundreds of thousands of people setting up stalls and trading, and there is a constant stream of people coming and going, but it is not crowded at all. On the side of the road, there is a shop called Kylan Restaurant, and the business is not bad. This shop is opened by the world, and the chef and xiaoer of the restaurant are all ancient copies. It was stored and presented in the original space, and then it was recruited. The restaurant's signature dish is a variety of spiritual plants and raised meat that is watered with the blood of a fire unicorn. The fire Kylan's demonic nature is still the same, but it has made good progress in neutralizing the demonic nature of its blood. Mixed with other special water sources and materials, it is used as fertilizer to irrigate the land. The spirit plants that grow not only have a unique taste, but also have a special effect of strengthening the body. Now that he has won the hegemony of the original fate of the wind and cloud world, he has discussed with Nameless and the Sword Saint. To solve the Emperor Shakti first, it is best to extract the last phoenix origin contained in the body of the Emperor Shakti. Every time he thought of this, he longed to skin the Emperor Shakti with cramps and use necromancy to torture his soul. In their own world, there are not many genius treasures. The most important thing is the 4 divine stones and the 4 divine beasts. What's more, one of the divine beasts was directly killed by the Emperor Shakti because of the effect of immortality. It's a terrible thing. Immortality or something, isn't it just a matter of having hands? Isn't it better for these divine beasts to give birth to and breed and raise more races? And that Emperor Shakti, in his original fate, after his death, also went to kill the green dragon. Fortunately, the original fate has changed. Now we must no longer let those thugs in the stormy world do their bidding. The World Council must punish evil and promote good, and return peace to the world. This is what Zionba and others are doing at this stage. Nameless and Juggernaut agree. At this moment, the lobby of the restaurant is full of people. At this time, several women walked in the doorway, and only a man in a black tuxedo was the only one. Wow, it's the #1 team in the power rankings right now. Some people exclaimed, and some people opened the power strength rankings. First place, world-class Dragon Maid. Second place, Kyushu, with mushrooms. Third place, Dakin, with mushrooms. Fourth place, the 7th class of the ninja world, with 9 tails. Fifth place, Tianxia Y. Sixth place, Wudain faction. Seventh place, 9 pillars of Demon Slayer. This is the force that went straight to the top of the rankings as soon as I joined a few days ago. It's amazing, all of them are strong, and they're still dragons. Look at that, the highest world-class dragon god Luko, the strength realm is the 2nd order of the heavenly immortals. But make no mistake about it, each of them is a mighty dragon, but they all have that human at the center. Everyone talked about it with a look of envy. But they're used to it, too. Kobayashi, I'm going up to the 3rd floor to eat hot pot. Connor bit down on the lightning attribute in his hand, chewed it in 3 or 2, and pulled the woman she called Kobayashi and said, "Okay, then it's rare for me to rest today, so let's eat hot pot." Kobayashi said with a smile. Since I entered here a few days ago, I wasn't very shocked by this dungeon space. After all, in the daily world of ordinary people, even the dragon is here. Isn't it normal to have another strategy dungeon or something? And Thor, who was wearing a maid's outfit on the side, said to little Connor, "There are enough mana here, you don't need to eat spiritual gold to replenish it, you will eat hot pot later, I'm afraid you won't be able to eat much." Several people followed Xiaolin to the upper floor, and the man who fell last was holding a game console in his hand and playing non-stop. When everyone went upstairs, the voices of everyone in the hall on the 1st floor returned to normal. Don't look at the world-class dragon-made forces, all of them have world-class figures. But no one here dares to take a second look. Although others don't care about these things, it's better to have a little bit of better in your heart. And in the center of the source space, the dungeon strategy square. Today is the time for the 2-star dungeon to appear. There are also many people who want to check the 2-star dungeon for the first time. Noisy crowds, always communicating. Suddenly, the light curtain in front of everyone's eyes vibrated and flickered. Apparently there is a copy of the information coming. The crowd hurried to look. Goblin-type dungeons, Zombies, ghosts. This ghost is a kind of spirit, and it is not the same as the ghost slayer. But there are zombies. Look at the introduction of this zombie, immortal and indestructible, and born from the resentment of heaven and earth. And yokai, like this painted skin yokai. Tisk, this is amazing, the old demon of Montenegro, the reincarnation of the underworld. The moment the copies appeared, everyone looked at them. It seems that these people like Dong Huang Tai are not just monsters. It's a dungeon of the secret realm, the essence behind it. Monsters and zombies, dungeons, and reincarnation. There are even immortals, truths, demons, and ghosts. Evil spirits, resentment, and corpse anger. These are the things that the powerful of the various forces are considering. Will it help you on your own spiritual path? And in this first batch of copies to appear, one of the copies made Dakin's side pay a lot of attention. Dungeon Dragon Emperor's Tomb Secret Realm. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 47. Mr. Lee Si, this secret realm of the Dragon Emperor's tomb, do you need my help from Kyushu? Haha, thank you, Mr. Wu, this copy of the secret realm, the 100 families and soldiers, will help your majesty solve it, but there is no need to trouble the Kyushu side. Lee Si smiled and thanked Wu Changguo for his assistance. After all, this copy is indeed not difficult. Great Qin now has 3 immortal level powerhouses. Sword Saint Gai Nai, the Eastern Emperor Tai of the Yin and Yang family, and His Majesty Yingzheng himself. Moreover, this copy is an exclusive copy of Great Qin, and as for modern weapons, Great Qin is not lacking. There are so many weapons in the Doomsday secret realm that you can't use them up, so you can go and set off fireworks. Not to mention, Kyushu itself is also busy, and their manpower is not even as large as that of Great Qin. Mr. Wu, I heard that your Kyushu is going to hold a weapons exhibition for the whole world, and in the near future, it will be the national day of your Kyushu. Your Majesty knows that you are busy, but your Majesty said that the weapons exhibition will be forgotten, but on your national day, your Majesty will definitely come to congratulate you in person. When Wu Changguo heard this, he was also smiling. I thought that I had gathered the scientific and technological knowledge of several worlds for a while, and then absorbed its essence for my own use. Finally, independent research and development, updated many powerful and exquisite weapons such as aerospace. The elders were debating whether to show the tip of the iceberg and let the outside world take a look. But sometimes, the tip of the iceberg may not scare the jackals, it will only make them wary and then target you even more. So, it's better to fix it all at once. Let the jackals, tigers, and leopards not be shocked, but fearful and afraid. Moreover, the contractors of the city guardian goblins have been gathered. Among them, the highest rank, such as Kyoto, Modu, Yangdu, Chuandu and other places. Kyoto's contractor, the true dragon, is a 4th order earth immortal. When within range of Kyoto, it increases stamina, recovery, energy, and so on. If you leave the Kyoto area, your strength will drop. The farther away from the contract area, the lower the strength. But in terms of the origin information, the power of the 4th order earth immortal can be done with a wave of his hand, and the land of 100 miles will be wiped out. If it reaches the 9th order, it is an existence that can be used to make an all-out attack and raise the continent. Such a strong person can run rampant on a planet and is the overlord of the planet. Therefore, it is also called the Earth Immortal. Demon Capital Contractor, White Tiger, the level is the 4th order of the Earth Immortal. The Sheep Contractor, Suan Wuo, the level is the 4th order of the Earth Immortal. The Kawada Contractor, Suzaku, the rank is the 4th order of the Earth Immortal. Of course, that time I got 14 contract places. It is distributed in various important places in Kyushu. These are extraordinary times, so it is not convenient to disclose more information, so I will not say more. But in general, Elder Kyushu and the intelligence department of the Dungeon Raider. A lot of effort has been put into the selection of cities. Of the 14 places, none of them were below the 4th order of the Earth Immortals. But since the contractor went online, the elders were a little surprised. It is a city contract elf, who controls a city. It can be said that it is like a palm view, and it is delicate. Anyone has any abnormal movements, different hearts. That's a clear sight. It's like the goblins let the contractor pass it on. Only by contributing to the people, the city, and Kyushu is to do so. Grow your city. The goblins will become stronger, and the contractors will naturally become stronger. And in it there are dissenting ones. Each one was disposed of. Of course, it's not the goblins and contractors who deal with it, Kyushu has its own systems and methods. This made the high-level people excited. With such efficient supervision, they can't wait to immediately put the goblins in all places in Kyushu. It's a pity that so much time has passed. Didn't see a second time open for purchase. Moreover, we have to repay Dakin's favor, and if we open up again this time, we have to give priority to Dakin's side. The basis of cooperation is mutual, and one side cannot take advantage of it. Moreover, nowadays, as long as it is a contracted city. After being cleaned up by the goblins and the high level of Kyushu, they also began to contact the secret realm of the dungeon. But it's also only in the high rise of the contract city. Among the people, only those who are playing games are still struggling to clean up the zombies. But they had a great time. For example, the epoch divides the secret realm into half points with Kyushu. Kyushu then divided the secret realm to the player. It's not like killing 100 and giving points. Rather, in the form of tasks. Kill zombies, mutate zombies, or clean up ruins, or dig up various otherworldly research institutes, etc., and when it's done, the points will be issued. Points can be exchanged for cash directly. You can purchase physical active potions, genetic potions, or spiritual gold and skill. But don't be afraid of them doing things in reality. If you choose to enter the game, you are bound to the contract. I can't even publicize it to the outside world. Not to mention others. This move also really began to cultivate a large number of people who dared to fight and kill and take risks among the people. This makes Kyushu feel very gratified, which is more exciting than getting points. Liangrong, do you say that the proposal that the elders are discussing now will be implemented? Yunlong was bored, and said with a fireball in his hand. Liangrong helped her glasses, although her eyesight is good now, she is still used to wearing glasses. Which motion do you mean? It's the development and growth of the city of the contract elves? Yunlong continued. Angrily. Fairies and contractors can't be as strong as our cultivation, they can only rely on the development of the city. Isn't it considered above, to secretly open the secret realm strategy to the contract city? Liangrong rolled her eyes when she heard this Yunlong was thinking about fart. How can the opening of the secret realm be so easy? The people are ordinary people, and entering the secret realm is not a game, this is a real world where injuries hurt, and serious injuries can cause death. At the very least, it is necessary to let the whole people roll out martial arts education, and talk about genetic medicine injection. It's already good to sneak around and play a game. This is the case where there is no external pressure anymore. The above is considered to be at least until the contract fairies are spread all over Kyushu. As long as Kyushu is peaceful, then everyone can rest assured that they can attack outside. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm Chasing Water in the Sky. Chapter 48. Exclusive Dungeons. A dungeon secret realm that is only open to a certain faction or scattered people. This is the case with the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Moreover, exclusive secret realms will also manifest. But it is not embodied in the origin space, but in the force that farms the copy. The tomb of the Dragon Emperor is like that. But for the people of Dakin, who learned about the situation from the copy information, it didn't work. The only thing that makes Dakin, or Yingzheng, feel that it is somewhat useful, is only three: Fountain of Youth, Terracotta Warriors, and Spells. Inside the Great Qinzhengtai Palace. For the copy of the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, the civil and military officials have seen it many times. They were a little stunned. The Dragon Emperor of that parallel world actually turned into a lizard dragon. It's just a big tooth to laugh at. But more often than not, it's anger. Your Majesty, those people should be killed. Yes, whether it's the mother and daughter who eat inside and out, or those latecomers and outsiders, they all deserve to die. It's a pity that I won't be disturbed outside of this dungeon scene, otherwise, those people will definitely die without a place to bury. And there is only one scene for this dungeon, which is the tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Even if we want to seize the Fountain of Youth, there is no way. The ministers discussed the information of the dungeon, sighing that the scene of the dungeon was not the whole world, and they couldn't let him shake his majesty. And in the words, all reveal the resentment towards the mother and daughter. It is simply ridiculous that in the name of justice, he acts with those outsiders who are plotting against Chinese civilization. Immortality is not enough to appease the wrath of the heart. Yingzheng sat on the throne. Now his cultivation is successful, and the country is peaceful, and the wind and rain are smooth. There seems to be a flying dragon in the sky. It seems that the whole world of Great Qin is cheering for it. The luck and national fortune are strong, and they are rising higher and higher. And he's thinking about one thing. This exclusive copy was picked up by him. There were some messages that he didn't let anyone else see. Devouring oneself in parallel worlds, whether alive or dead. You can strengthen yourself and become the only first emperor of the heavens. Great Qin will also become the only immortal Qin in the heavens. Achievement of the Supreme Fortune Dynasty Immortal Kingdom. Moreover, the UN Master also remarked a method for me to achieve the Fortune Dynasty. This time the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor is the beginning of the Great Qin's achievement of the Yun Dynasty. Yingzheng is in a state of mind, and with the help of the Master, he is naturally at ease. For the achievement of the immortal kingdom of the Fortune Dynasty Great Qin, that is even more expected. With a wave of his hand, he stopped the discussion of the civil and military officials. I want to go over and take a look for myself this time, no matter what. That soldier is also my soldier of Dakin. If you complete the quest and obtain the Fountain of Youth, I will personally lift the curse of the soldiers and restore them to their human bodies. Let's wait and prepare, and start this quest tomorrow. Yingzheng wants to personally conquer the tomb of the Dragon Emperor, first, to absorb the Dragon Emperor and achieve himself. The second is that after absorbing the Dragon Emperor, you can accept the soldiers of the Terracotta Army, and you will not let the Terracotta Warriors return to death. Although there are hundreds of civil and military officials, and hundreds of princes, they don't know the law of Yingzheng's fortune. It's just a guess that His Majesty should go for the Dragon Emperor. Dungeon of the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. The Dragon Emperor stood on top of the huge sculpture, looking at the huge army of terracotta warriors, and his chest couldn't help but be full of pride. When you wake up to the present, the chaos and decay in the world will stop, and the legal system will be restored. Long live the Emperor! The huge terracotta warriors raised their long guess and shouted long live. The sound was loud, rolling up a huge cloud of dust. But at this very moment, not far away, the earth cracked a crack that stretched for thousands of meters. Countless skeleton necromancers rushed out of it, as if they were about to fight the Dragon Emperor's army of terracotta warriors. And in the place where the spell is cast to summon these skeletons, Ziyun wiped the sweat from her forehead, and she only had endless hatred for the Dragon Emperor and Great Qin in her heart. Click. Click. In the empty cave, There were several echoes, which made Shin turn her head vigilantly and immediately. There were 5 people who came, dressed in gorgeous costumes, and they were magnificent. And the leader is none other than the Dragon Emperor. No, why has the aura of this Dragon Emperor completely changed? It seems that they are just 2 souls with the same body, but completely different. The person who came was Ying Zheng, with Li Si and Zhao Gao, as well as Gai Nai and the Moon God. You hate Dakin so much. And cast a spell to summon my Huaxia deceased, and you can summon it with the words of an outsider. Can these people really understand your spell? Ying Zheng is complaining. It's definitely complaining. But I have to say that the operation of the Aster is really a cow batch. It was obviously to summon the dead of Guqin, but he used the words of outsiders to chant mantras. It's just hilarious. Dragon Emperor, what's the point of saying this now? Shin couldn't tell that this was not the so-called Dragon Emperor. Humph, of course I can't wait for your great Qin to be cursed for hundreds of millions of years, and you will never be able to be reborn. Aster's resentful words came from the depths of her heart. 2,000 years have passed, and her heart has changed greatly, and her hatred is even deeper. Even uniting with outsiders is not hesitating. Ying Zheng just shook his head after hearing this, and didn't say much. Of course, Zhao Gao understood His Majesty's thoughts, and walked out with a gloomy face. Humph, I don't know what is dead or alive. If it weren't for the rules, why would it be difficult for my great Qin to dominate the world? After speaking, he grabbed the volley, and the internal force manifested and turned into a rope, instantly binding the Aster and unable to move. The so-called spell, in front of a few people, is a joke. At the same time, put away the book that recorded the spell. With Ying Zheng, he walked to the ground. 11 Read books every day, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 49. A terracotta army made for the curse. On the other side, it is the dry bones of the dead that Aster summoned with a spell. How vicious this Aster is. Even these miserable dead will not let them rest in peace. Instead, 2,000 years later, it was summoned by magic. Just to settle their grievances. Kill the enemy with me. The Dragon Emperor roared, rode a horse and raised his sword, killing intent. But at this moment, there was a loud bang out of thin air. A mysterious portal rises above the ground. Then there was the sound of earth-shattering footsteps. Everyone was attracted by this miraculous phenomenon and turned their heads to look. I saw the neat soldiers walking out of the portal. The huge momentum, walking into a black dragon, hovering in the sky, staring at all beings. Fake, what's that? The adventurer, the protagonist of the dungeon, pulled his wife to hide behind the earthen wall, peeked at it, and exclaimed in surprise. Shin was caught by these people. Why is there another Dragon Emperor there? I saw Ying Zheng and his party standing in mid-air. Zhao Gao grabbed Ziwan, and looked at the Dragon Emperor from a distance. The Dragon Emperor seemed to feel something, staring at Qin Shi Ying Zheng. Whoever are you waiting for, report your name. The Dragon Emperor is so domineering, he is not afraid at all, but the strange feeling in his heart lingers. Ying Zheng stepped on the void and slowly fell from the sky. I'm a hero. Great Qin Shi Huangdi. The Dragon Emperor looked at the person in front of him who claimed to be the first emperor, claimed to be Ying Zheng, and looked exactly like himself. The two looked at each other. These are the two Ying Zheng that run through the infinite latitude of time and space. Both seem to have seen each other's experiences inexplicably. Saw everything about each other. And at this point, both of them have a piece of information. killed each other, swallowed each other. He is the only first emperor and the only ruler of the infinite heavens. The only great Qin will be built. This is a fight between Yingzheng and Yingzheng that no one can interfere in. But what's so fearful? Kill. The two did not hesitate at all and did not procrastinate. The Dragon Emperor's body shook and turned into a three-headed black dragon. Yingzheng waved his hand. A hammer of holy light slammed down in the distance. Bang! Directly smashed the three-headed black dragon to the ground. But the three-headed black dragon was not defeated so easily. With a swing of the dragon's head, the three-headed dragon spewed flames and turned into raging flames. But as soon as Yingzheng threw it in his hand, a golden man was thrown out by him, and at the same time, it instantly expanded and turned into a metal giant. This is a metal giant made entirely of spiritual gold. The body contains many gems fused into it, and there is also Dakin's most cutting-edge exclusive inscription technology. Transcendence and technology go hand in hand. I don't even know about this thing in Kyushu. Maybe Kyushu also has its own transcendent scientific and technological research. The golden man stood in the way, and the fire erupted, but it was completely useless. Unless it is a stronger flame, otherwise, the magma bath may not be able to hurt the golden man. At the same time, the golden man's body shook, and his arms instantly turned into 8 arms. After a few steps, he came to the three-headed black dragon in an instant, and his 8 arms were together. Bang! With one blow, the Dragon Emperor was shocked to the ground, and the spell was broken. Then Yingzheng stretched out his hand to collect the golden man. Look at the Dragon Emperor who vomited blood. The Dragon Emperor seems to have known his fate. Ha 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 ha, that's fine, as long as Great Qin is prosperous forever, you can take everything I have. Don't worry, Dakin has me. When it turns into an immortal country, the ancestral dragon will not die, and the immortal kingdom will not be destroyed. Boom! As soon as Yingzheng's words came out, a thunderbolt flashed in the sky. In an instant, the method obtained from the UN Lord flashed in his heart. A black dragon emerged, shooting out from the center of Yingzheng's eyebrows, rising in the wind, stretching in the sky and clouds. The Dragon Emperor's figure flashed, and it exploded into the black dragon's mouth. The black dragon was like a miracle drug, and his whole body was shining. There was also infinite thunder slashing at the black dragon. This is not a thunderstorm, but an alchemy of the golden body. A moment later, the rolling thunder dissipated. The huge black dragon's body became more condensed, and each piece of scale armor shone with majesty and divine luster. With a loud roar, his figure gradually shrank and disappeared into Yingzheng's eyebrows. Soldiers, return to Dakin with me. Long live the Emperor! Long live the Emperor! Whether it was the soldiers of Great Qin or the cursed warriors, they all cheered in unison. As Yingzheng walked into the teleportation portal, he returned to Dakin. With just this one copy, Great Qin had millions of brave and skilled warriors. It's cursed. But even if he didn't get the Fountain of Youth, Yingzheng would be able to get more ways to lift the curse. After all, even the magic books of that Aster were packed and taken away. The rest of the matter, it's easy to fix. Kill. The deceased were refined by Yingzheng in the Dragon Emperor, and they died instantly. After that, everyone in this place, kill. Equal treatment, no bias. Strategy for the All Heavens Dungeon, starting from the Biohive. Author, I'm chasing water in the sky. Chapter 50. Return to Dakin. Yingzheng suddenly felt something strange. The black dragon in the center of the eyebrows suddenly burst out. After the enlargement, it manifests in the heavenly vault. The black dragon, which looked like it was only thousands of feet, was not only seen by the people of the whole city. It's the whole kingdom, the whole world. Everywhere you look, you can see the majestic and sacred black dragon. Long live your majesty, Great Qin Yongchang. Countless cheers, shouted in every corner of the world. The people who came to assist in Kyushu, when they saw this, felt their emotions excited. And Yingzheng in the imperial palace. At the moment when the black dragon flew into the sky, he suddenly felt an unprecedented sense of clarity. That was looking at the entire Great Qin, who had already planted the black dragon flag in every corner of the world. All of them are as clear as the lines on the palm, and they are meticulous and unhindered. He could even see countless cheering people, as well as alien races with a sinister glint in their eyes. He could feel the joys, and sorrows of hundreds of millions of people. At this moment, he added the power of the Great Qin world and the fortune of the country. Erupted with the strong dragon Qi of the Son of Heaven. The black dragon of the heavenly dome turned into a sacred black dragon seal at the moment when the dragon Qi of the Son of Heaven exploded. At the same time, the heavenly jade talisman given by the primordial Lord coincided with the black dragon seal. After a while, he returned to Yingzhen's eyebrows and lived in the sea of knowledge. The majestic and powerful dragon Qi of the Son of Heaven roamed all over the body. Skin, flesh, and fascia, and even acupuncture points, and even viscera. All of them became more powerful under the impact of the dragon Qi of the Son of Heaven. The stronger Great Qin becomes, the stronger I become. If I become stronger, Great Qin will also be stronger. Complement each other, one is indispensable. This is the Yun dynasty, the immortal kingdom, and the luck is connected. Thank you, Master. After I settle the returned soldiers, I will enter the origin tower to retreat, and sort out and comprehend the method of the immortal dynasty that belongs to my Yingzheng. Yingzheng sorted out the law of himself and the dynasty. Then wait for Li Si and others to complete the copy. A moment later. Your Majesty, the mission has been completed, and the secret realm has been revealed. Yingzheng nodded, looking at the prompt when the copy was completed. The uncharted mall is open. Open the secret store, and there is a buy and sell of the Fountain of Youth. Then he thought for a moment and asked. I want to lift the curse of millions of soldiers immediately. All of you of the 100 schools, do you use spells or buy the Fountain of Youth? Haha, Your Majesty, you don't need to spend a lot of money to buy it, there are spells recorded in this book, and it is too easy to lift the curse. The people of the Yin and Yang family came out and said that they seemed to be handy with the study of such spells. The people of the Taoist heavenly sect also nodded. Your Majesty, in less than 3 days, we will be able to fully recover these millions of soldiers. Yingzheng was very satisfied with what everyone said. After all, he had saved at least billions of points. The treasury has to take out so much at once, and it can't be taken out. Don't think that all the points are transferred by Yingzheng alone. After all, the state has its own laws. National, 100, royal, private. Of course, it's all clear. Otherwise, who will really follow you to win the world with you? For example, the soldiers of Great Qin fought in the secret realm. Not only is there money, but also points and other benefits. Where do these expenses come from? Of course, it's the treasury. How can Yingzhen's own money bag afford to pay so much? This is all raised by the entire country of Great Qin. After all, governing the country is not a trick. Origin Space Quest Plaza. Hey, the tomb of the Dragon Emperor is complete, and the secret store has been opened. The Uncharted shop is a shop that will only be opened after the manifestation dungeon has completed all the assigned tasks. Manifestation copies are not like daily quests, nor are they like dark quests. Fighting monsters will not drop items, only points. Even after completing the task, there will be no rewards. At most, give points for points. But the most important thing is that once you have completed the embodied quest, you can open the shop. Many things can be bought here. Martial arts cheats, internal strength elixirs, time lifespan, genetic medicines, and so on. Different dungeons, open different secret shops, and have a variety of miscellaneous items. Fountain of Youth. If you drink it, you can live forever, you can live and die, you can heal and recover injuries, lift curses and other functions. There are also spell cultivation, including transformation classes, 5-element spells, necromancy spells, and so on. This dungeon secret realm shop is quite rich. It's just that this fountain of immortality is a bit expensive, and it is charged by the drop. Haha, this fountain of immortality can be used as a life-saving thing. The price of a drop of the fountain of youth, it's about the same as a small dark all-round recovery potion. It's not a loss, maybe in terms of recovery, it's not as good as a comprehensive recovery potion, but the fountain of immortality has the effect of rejuvenating and increasing life. Kubayasi, I want to buy the fountain of youth, I want you to live a little longer, I want Keishuan to live a little longer. The petite Connor pulled Xiaolin, a family of dragons, who didn't know which secret realm he had just returned from.